Hey, is that GameCube stupid or something?
Nah, he ain't dumb, he just can't read. But we can fix it.
Put a game in there, power it on. That's not good. Now, when that comes up, that's usually one of two things that's happening. Either one, the lid switch is broken, or two, the laser's just not reading the disc, and there's a way to test that without disassembling. If it's the lid switch, this disc won't spin at all because it thinks that this lid is open. If it's the laser, it will attempt to read it and then stop. So what we're going to do is power this on, wait a second, and then pop the lid. So we have disc spin. So this is most likely a laser / optical drive issue. To open up a GameCube, you'll have to remove the 4.5mm game bits. It is a bit of a deep hole, so you might need an extension, like your mop. When those are out, just take off the lid. This pulls off, but there is a ribbon, so be careful. And then for a stupidly small console, there is a lot of screws that you have to pop out. I've removed some of the screws, but I forgot to do one quick thing. This has 99% alcohol on it, so I'm just going to try to clean the laser really quick. If I turn this on and it starts to spin and then keeps spinning, it works. No luck. I didn't think it was going to work, but you got to at least try it. Once all the screws are out, including the ones underneath the fan, this comes right off. Then we have 6 more little screws. Once those are out, this pops off, and then we just have to undo this ribbon, unplug this, desolder this, remove these 4 screws, and pop it over. With everything removed, we can pop the optical drive out, and I know some of you are going to ask, why did you even take that out? Because the pot to adjust the laser is right here. Well, once upon a time, when anybody got this problem, they would just swap out the laser or adjust the pot, which could eventually weaken the laser, but a weakening laser is better than a dead laser. But then somebody discovered that if you replace these capacitors, 9 out of 10 times it works, so we're going to try that first. If only somebody made a capacitor kit for these. Oh, wait. I do on my website. Buying from my website not only helps you fix your system, but it's also one of the ways I'm able to fund these free repairs. The other way is from ad revenues from viewers like you. Thank you. Okay, so those capacitors are in place, so let's put it back on the laser here and see what happens. Disk drive back on, the lid switch depressed, button clicked, got some spin. And that's all it took. The entire optical drive, these vents here, and the lid switch are a little dusty, so I'm just going to blow it all out. Now, as many of you may know, I made and sell replacement lid switches for the GameCube, and some people might be asking, well, why aren't you going to replace the lid switches in here and upgrade it with yours? And it's because I don't consider my Switch an upgrade. I made it to be a replacement just with like a couple extra little features, so there's nothing wrong with this one, so I'm not going to switch it out. One last test to make sure everything's working. Fun fact, Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube was my first introduction into Resident Evil. And now you know. Save the consoles.